Hey guys, welcome back to High Priestess Transmissions. My name is Nikki. I'm an initiated High Priestess, witch, psychic medium, and spiritual healer. And today we need to talk about something that has been bothering me for a while. Because I keep seeing people try to jump straight into advanced magic, like love spells, money rituals, return to cinders, revocations, spirit work, that's a big one. Burying people in the cemetery that you don't have any business burying. And ultimately just big ceremonial style workings and productions. And they do all this without understanding the foundations of magic first. And that's exactly why so many people fail in magic. And when it comes to traditional romani, aka gypsy magic, true gitana practice, it's not random spell recipes stitched together from TikTok. And this is why, as a beginner, as a new spiritualist, as a new witch, it's very, very important and helpful for you to have a guide. Okay, I tell y'all all the time, I'm not an elder, I'm not an expert. I'm intermediate, I'm medium level. But I've walked this path day in and day out, every single day, wholeheartedly dedicated to it for 7 years. And if there's one thing I know about the most in my practice, it's what I'm talking to you about right now. Gypsy magic, Romani magic, Mediterranean magic from the Balkans. Okay. Because ever since I started doing spell work, my ancestors were in my ear. And I've made a lot of mistakes on my path. But where I got it right in the beginning, thank God, is I started a spiritismo, an ancestor veneration, and set up a bolera before I started doing spell work. So by the time I started doing spell work, I could hear my spirits in my ears telling me how to put it together and what to use. And what I learned is our magic is a system. It's a living tradition. It's a way of working that is built on sequence, structure, spiritual hygiene, and energetic preparedness. Okay. And there was this one time, pretty early in my journey, when I was doing a certain type of spell, and my gitana, which is actually my great-grandmother, y'all can call her either La Gitana, or, because she does answer to that, or you can call her Yaya Sophia, which basically means Grandmother Sophia in Greek. But I was doing a spell, and Yaya Sophia was right in my ear, as she always is, when I'm putting things together, using gypsy magic. And I thought to myself, and I said out loud, oh, this is like chaos magic. Because the working that I was doing was using very random stuff. And to me, in my mind, I thought like, oh, it's just stuff I have laying around. But that's what gypsy magic uses. Right? And she corrected me. She's like, just because we use simple and accessible materials, that doesn't mean it's chaos magic. She actually got very upset at me, and that was the first time and the only time that she's ever gotten, like, irritated with me. Because I called it chaos magic. And she's like, no, this has structure, this has order, it has organization. It has a foundation. And if you skip the foundation, your workings weaken, your manifestations delay, your protections fail, or worse, you create more spiritual mess than you solve. So in today's episode, I want to break down the actual foundational framework of romani magic or gypsy magic. And I'm going to explain to y'all why I structured my new 4-week private 101 mentorship called Gitana Magic Immersion the way that I did. Because every ritual in this container was chosen deliberately. Every week builds on the last, and by the end, even though it's only 4 weeks, you're not just learning spells. And it helps to have a guide and a teacher because you're not trying to duct tape everything together from TikTok, which is what a lot of new witches do, and it bites them in the ass. Like, you're better off investing the money in a spiritual teacher that knows their shit. And by the time you're done with this container, you'll start to be truly thinking like a traditional practitioner that has a method to things. Okay? And the biggest mistake that I see beginners make in magic is treating spell work like isolated recipes. As if magic is pick a problem to solve, grab a spell, or find one on YouTube, light a candle, and it's done. No, that is not how traditional practitioners work. And in Romani, Mediterranean, and Balkan traditions, we understand that results come from spiritual conditions. Meaning, if your energy is dirty, your home is spiritually corrupt or stagnant, your roads are closed, your protections are weak or non-existent, then no amount of attraction work, prosperity, or love spells will fully stick or land at all. You cannot build a palace on a rotten foundation. So when I created this immersion, I structured it in the order that a real practitioner would. Not the order that social media would. Because cleansing and protection work are not very fun. They're very necessary. So that's why, cleansing and protection content does get views, because people realize, oh shit, I'm sitting in shit right now. I gotta fix this. But they would much rather watch and learn and do a love spell. But they'll learn the hard way, you know? And in week 1, we begin with cleansing, like always. Because before you draw anything in, you remove what doesn't belong. You clear stagnant energy. You strip away negativity and spiritual debris. You break up heaviness. You restore movement. And in this immersion, week 1 teaches you how to create one traditional herbal mixture that is used for both your floor wash and your spiritual bath. Why? Because in traditional practice and Romani magic, your environment and your body are not separate spiritual systems or containers. Your home affects you, and you affect your home. It's an ecosystem. So first, we cleanse the home, because your house is your spiritual container. And if your space is energetically stagnant, heavy, chaotic, or spiritually dirty, it will continue feeding that energy back to you. So you do the floor wash. And here's I'm going to say that for the immersion. I can't give out all the goods in the YouTube video. But there's a method to my madness, I promise. Okay? But you use that same herbal foundation to cleanse your body. Because once the environment is clear, you cleanse yourself. Outer temple first, inner temple simple. Okay? And most people approach cleansing randomly. They'll take spiritual baths while living in spiritually stagnant holes. Or they'll cleanse their house while remaining personally, energetically burdened. And traditional Romani magic understands you cleanse the field and then the vessel moving through it. And that's why I structured week 1 the way that I did. Because proper preparation creates stronger magic. Week 2, which I love. Week 2 is protection work. Because after cleansing comes protection. Because once you clear your space, you don't leave it vulnerable. You seal it. You guard it. The 4 gates of fire is one of the first protection workings that I teach because it establishes authority over your space and your life. It teaches you how to call protective forces in, what energies to pray to, how to set spiritual boundaries, how to ward intentionally, and how to stop operating in a way that's energetically open with no protection. Because too many spiritual people are empathic, intuitive, gifted, and completely unprotected, just raw dogging life, sensitive but porous, powerful but unguarded, and that ends here if I have a say in it. And then for week 3, we deepen protection with iron. Because in countless European folk traditions, iron is one of the oldest protective materials known to man. Iron wards are not fluffy aesthetic witchcraft. They are practical, they're heavy, they're defensive, and they're boundary enforcing magic. And this ritual teaches you how to create stronger energetic barriers and reinforce your spiritual perimeter. Because surface level protection is not enough. You need layered defense. Especially if you are spiritually sensitive, you're visible online, you're running a business, you're doing healing work, or you are carrying leadership energy in some way. Okay? And then week 4, only after cleansing and protection do we move into road opening. And this is where most people get it wrong. They try to manifest before removing blockages, and they try to attract before creating space. They try to call blessings in when the roads are closed. Okay? And if you do this, it's going to cause you a lot of frustration. And if you are a new witch, you're a beginner on your path, the last thing that you want to do, if you can help it, is avoid doing things that are going to kind of kick your confidence in and kind of put a dent in your belief in yourself, you know? Because you're gonna make mistakes regardless. But this is like the biggest mistake that I see new witches making is they're trying to do abracaminos, they're trying to do road opening spells, money spells, love spells, beauty spells, and all this good amazing stuff. And negative energy is present. And also, they're not doing protection work alongside the attraction work. And so it just doesn't work very well. The blessings won't come at all, or sometimes the wrong things will sneak in. So this process and the order of it is very important, and road opening work removes resistance. It creates movement, momentum, opportunity, and access. And it prepares the path for blessings to actually reach you. And this is why in traditional practice, road opening comes before prosperity, love, and attraction work. Because first you gotta open the way. Okay? If you're trying to manifest your dream husband, he can be banging on that energetic door trying to manifest you, right? But if your roads are closed and you're not doing anything to remove the blockages and open those doors, it's blocked. He's going to be waiting a long time. You got to open the way. You got to unlock that door. Okay? And then, once that foundation is set, you choose your final working. Because now you are ready for the good stuff. The targeted magic. So I give students a choice for their last ritual of this container. You can choose between either the moth to flame attraction ritual or the Bakstali good fortune prosperity rite. The moth to flame attraction ritual is for magnetism, beauty, love, allure, drawing in attention, romance, visibility, opportunities, all that kind of stuff. And then the Bakstali, the good fortune, the money work. It's for prosperity, for blessings, for financial luck, and general increase in favorable outcomes. Because once cleansing, protection, and road opening are established, then your attraction or prosperity work can actually land properly and stay and grow. And that's the order that I do. That is traditional structure that I was taught. And that's why this immersion is built the way that it is. Okay? And I intentionally made this a private mentorship, not a pre-recorded course. Even though I have my Gitana Glamour Magic mini course, this stuff is a lot deeper, and it's just a lot more energy that goes into it. Okay? And it requires discernment, questions, personalization, real-time correction, and deeper explanation. Okay? Because even though I have this lesson plan, I guess you could call it, in place for every client that purchases this, there's going to be little tweaks and things that I change for each student. Depending on what you're going through, depending on what your spiritual path looks like, what your spirits look like, and what you need. Okay? So this container includes 4 private 90-minute Zoom video sessions, and each video call is recorded. And you will have lifetime access to your recordings. I mean, you should. I haven't figured out the technical aspect, but I'm going to download them for y'all, okay, and find some way to store them. And then you also get weekly summary and integration notes after each session. And that's very important to me, because when you guys are participating in these teaching sessions, I want your undivided attention to be on the work. I don't want you to have to worry about writing things down or trying to remember every bit and piece of information. No, just focus on what we're doing, focus on any questions you have, and then you can return to it. Okay? So you receive the teaching during the call, the recording, the notes, and the integration support. Okay? So you can actually absorb and implement what you learn. So if you have been craving learning gypsy magic properly, in a way that's not watered down, it's not aestheticized, it's not fluffy, it's not stripped of its depth, and it's not random duct taped together Pinterest spell recipes, but you want real, structured, traditional gitana magic, this immersion is for you. But there's only 2 spots available. Okay? And these will go quickly, so if this resonates with your soul and your heart, act quick. Okay? The investment is $1,777, pay in full, up front, or $1,088 with the payment plan. And you can apply now at sirensnectar.com/gitana. I will put the link in the description. Just check out the sales page, and then at the bottom of it, there will be a booking option to book an alignment consultation. That's complimentary. It's 20 minutes, and it's just a session where we get to know each other. I do a mini reading to look at you, your energy, your spiritual path, what your spirit guides want you to learn, and all that kind of stuff. And it's ultimately just to make sure that we're a good fit energetically, because it's an investment on your behalf financially, and it's also a big investment on my behalf. Like, I pour my heart and soul into these one-on-one containers for y'all, and I just want to make sure that my spirits and yours give their blessing. But if your spirit has been pulling you towards deeper traditional work and towards reclaiming ancient ways, this is your invitation. And I will teach you personally, and I will guide you through it. And by the end, you will not just know rituals, you will understand why they work. And that is what creates real practitioners. Okay? I will see you inside. Alright? I love y'all so much. Luz y progreso. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.